Some of the most important things in life arrive late. The tallest trees take decades to mature. The strongest relationships take years to build. Mastery takes thousands of hours. A child takes 9 months before entering the world, yet most people expect results almost immediately. We live in a world of instant messages, instant deliveries, instant answers, and yet the things we value most still seem to operate on a completely different timeline. Why? Why does nature delay its greatest rewards? And why do so many people quit just before those rewards arrive? This is the law of patience and reward. Imagine a farmer planting a field. The seed disappears beneath the soil. Days pass, nothing. Weeks pass, still nothing. From the farmer's perspective, there is no visible evidence that the work is paying off. But beneath the ground, roots are forming. The process has begun long before the reward becomes visible. Nature repeats this pattern everywhere. The seed grows roots before fruit. The tree grows roots before height. The foundation comes before the building. The preparation comes before the performance. The reward comes after the process. Yet human beings constantly struggle with this reality because we often assume effort and reward should happen at the same time. Consider the gym. A person exercises for 1 day. Nothing changes. 1 week, almost nothing changes. A month, small changes. Many people stop here, not because exercise doesn't work, because the reward has not arrived quickly enough, but the body was adapting the entire time. Muscle was forming, strength was increasing, progress was occurring before it became visible. The same pattern exists in education. Read 1 page and you feel no different. Read 100 books and people call you knowledgeable. Knowledge accumulated quietly before it revealed itself publicly. The reward was delayed, not absent. Psychologists call part of this phenomenon delayed gratification, the ability to sacrifice a smaller reward today for a larger reward tomorrow. One of the most famous experiments involved children being offered a choice: 1 marshmallow now or 2 marshmallows later. Many took the immediate reward, others waited. The experiment became famous because it revealed something profound. Patience is not simply waiting. Patience is the ability to act in the present while trusting a future outcome that has not yet arrived. And that ability affects almost every area of life. The most powerful rewards often grow through a process called compounding. Compounding is simple. Small actions repeated consistently become large outcomes. 1 workout changes little. 500 workouts change a life. $1 saved changes little. But years of saving can create financial freedom. 1 conversation builds little trust. Years of honesty build relationships that can survive storms. The reward becomes larger because time has been added to the effort. Time is not merely part of the equation. Time is one of the ingredients. History offers powerful examples. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison before becoming president of South Africa. Most people remember the reward. Few remember the waiting. The same is true of inventors, scientists, athletes, and entrepreneurs. We often call them overnight successes. But when we look closer, we discover years of invisible effort beneath the surface. Years of preparation before recognition. Years of persistence before breakthrough. Years of roots before fruit. What is fascinating is that almost every major religion teaches some version of this law. Christianity teaches, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." The imagery is agricultural. Plant first, harvest later. Islam teaches the concept of sabr, patience, endurance, steadfastness. A recurring theme throughout the Quran is that those who remain patient eventually receive reward. Not necessarily immediately, but in due time. Hindu philosophy teaches that actions create consequences, even when those consequences are delayed. A seed planted today may bear fruit much later. Buddhism teaches that growth and wisdom emerge gradually through practice, discipline, and persistence. Different religions, different centuries, different cultures. Yet the same lesson appears repeatedly. Do the work, remain patient, allow time to complete what effort began. But there is an important warning. Patience is often misunderstood. Patience is not passive. Patience does not mean sitting still and hoping. The farmer still plants, the athlete still trains, the student still studies, the entrepreneur still builds. Patience without action is waiting. Patience with action is progress. The law is not, wait and good things will happen. The law is, continue acting long enough for the reward to arrive. Every meaningful achievement has an invisible phase. The roots before the tree, the foundation before the building, the rehearsal before the performance, the waiting before the reward. Most people only see the harvest. Few people see the seasons that created it. And that may be why this law remains so powerful. Because when results are delayed, we are forced to answer a difficult question. Will we continue even when the reward is nowhere in sight? African traditional wisdom offers a powerful perspective. No farmer stands over a newly planted field demanding a harvest. The farmer understands seasons. Planting has its season, growth has its season, harvest has its season, and each season serves a different purpose. Trying to harvest during planting leads to disappointment. Trying to rush growth leads to frustration. Wisdom comes from understanding where you are in the process. Perhaps that is the deepest lesson of patience. Not every season of life is meant to produce fruit. Some seasons are meant to produce roots. Nature's answer is clear. The greatest rewards are rarely immediate. They are grown slowly, quietly, beneath the surface. The question is not whether the reward exists. The question is whether you will stay long enough to meet it.